Hey, Cody here with Creation Outdoors, and we are on the banks of the mighty Mississippi again this week. Today is March 20 and the first day of spring, and out with the crew, there we go, and seeing if we can spot some bald eagles and maybe catch some springtime pre-spawn walleye. Alright, so we're down here again, fishing the stretch between Minnesota and Wisconsin. And if you didn't see our video from last week, Sean and I took his brand new 1969 Lund boat out and fished, but we didn't have much luck. But from the reports, it seemed like nobody really did. And because of some engine troubles, that boat is now in the shop this week.
This guy needs a little bit of work. As you can see, this is not quite, aside from the electrical tape, this is a I gotta work on that.
Yeah.
Plus it cut out on us, so I gotta check that out.
The reason we came in.
Yeah.
So I'm back out, and we're gonna try and do some shore fishing this week, kind of in a similar location, but we're gonna switch up our gear a little bit. So last week we were kind of jigging and casting, and we had these jig heads with these Moxie tails from Bee Fish and Tackle. And so after a little bit of investigation and asking around, I got a hot tip that maybe some of these hair jigs might be a little bit better. So it's still very early, so March 20, and the water's still super cold. And so the thinking is that these hair jigs may end up being a little bit more subtle of an action than some of these plastics, and that might do well for the bite. And so I'm going to start here with this pink kind of flashy color, because that's the one that was picked out by my wife. So we're going to give that a go. And again, I'm going to actually tip this with a minnow because we need all the chances that we can get. So that's going to be the play. We're going to just cast out into the current here and just kind of hop it along, bringing it back and seeing if we can pick up any walleye or any fish of that species. So wish us luck. We're going to get going here. So as I said, jig, minnow, see what we can do on our first cast. So nothing there. That's what I expected. But the positive is that this boat just out in front of us actually just caught a fish, which is more fish than what we saw all of last week get caught. So that's positive, and that means at least we're kind of at least in the stadium. Maybe not in the game, but we're in the stadium. So fingers crossed that maybe we might get something today. take long, 2 casts and already snagged. I thought that was a fish.
I thought it was too.
Well, that's what we anticipated, but you burn through a lot of jigs that way. So I'm gonna go retie, put another one on, and see what we can do. Okay, re-rigged, still windy. This time we're going with a green color, kind of a chartreuse and green, kind of perchy. So hopefully, lucky green, we won't snag and lose it on the second cast, but we'll see. I think one of the things about fishing for walleye is, for me at least, always switching things up is normally helpful. And so thankfully we've had so many snags that we can continue to switch things up. So I switched to a little bit lighter jig head, this one white, and so maybe the lighter jig head will help me avoid snags. And now I have switched to this plastic. This is just kind of a ringtail plastic and kind of a blue speckly color, and again tipped with a minnow. So we're gonna give this a shot just for something different and see what happens. I'm sure we'll snag it off here within the next 5 or 10 casts, and then we can try something different. So I moved about 80 yards upriver, so we'll try this for a while here. And the other thing I did is change again, and so now we are about as bright as possible. Chartreuse on chartreuse on chartreuse, which I've heard it said that it doesn't matter what color you use as long as it's chartreuse. So we're gonna give this a go and see if we can find anything here, and maybe we can find less snags regardless. But gonna keep trying, gonna keep casting, and that's all you can do. All right, nothing here, so we're gonna move back, try a Goldilocks situation in between the fast current and slow current. Running on limited time with a 1-month-old, and we're closing in on that deadline. So a couple more casts, hopefully we can grab something, but if not, a good day outside regardless. All right, last spot of the day here probably. Kind of in the middle between the fast current and the slow current, and we're gonna see what happens. That rock was sharper than I thought. All right, this one. All right, I think that's all she wrote, folks. Another good day out here on the Mississippi River, but no fish for me again, so sorry about that. Definitely been a little bit of a dud, but I think there's definitely more to learn and more to come from this river, and we're gonna keep trying. Like I said, I did see a couple fish get caught out here in front of me, which is a couple more than we saw last week. If you didn't catch that video, go check it out. It was pretty fun out here with Sean and his new boat. And like I said in the beginning, that boat's getting fixed, and so hopefully, and maybe even next week, we'll be back out here trying it again. I think this is only going to get better through the end of this month and through the end of April, actually. So we're still pretty early in terms of pre-spawn fishing, and there's definitely more boats here this week than last week, indicating that that trend is probably going to continue. So if you can, get out here, because this is a world-class fishery, although I haven't been able to display that very well. But that's real life, and so thanks for watching, and I appreciate your time and your support. So until next time, thanks again. We'll see ya.